Hi everybody, I'm Frank O'Brien and welcome to robertfranciswine.ie. Today in my video blog I'm reviewing a Prosecco from northeastern Italy, up near Treviso to be exact, and it's the Colsaliz Prosecco Spumante Extra Dry, which is available in Ireland through Sheridan's cheesemongers, retailing for somewhere between 17 and 20 euros a bottle. For anyone who hasn't been to Sheridan's cheesemongers, A for their cheese or B for their wine, you really should be checking these out. Sheridan's have a fantastic range of cheeses and wines. Their wine list is actually full of unusual hidden gems that are absolutely amazing. I've had a number of them now and I haven't been disappointed in any wines that I've had from there. So I definitely think you should check them out. If you read back through my blog, you'll see the Dorsarias I've reviewed, and I've reviewed a number of other, the Vigna de Dolin, and all of these wines have delivered. They're wines available for every price bracket. But you should certainly check them out and try some of the cheese too. It's really good. So, for those of you who don't know, Prosecco is a great variety in its own. It makes the vast majority of Italian sparkling wines, and then they're called after the grape variety. So this is a Prosecco Spumante Extra Dry. They're made in the Chamat method, and it really is just a fun sparkling wine. If you're looking for something that has loads of fresh fruit, good acidity, and some nice fizz and bubbles, nothing too serious, this is really what you're looking for. Prosecco and Cava and New World Sparkling Wine really have shaken up the cage when it comes to sparkling wine, and offer people alternatives. You don't have to fork out a fortune and buy a really serious bottle of champagne. There's nothing wrong with doing that, and there are occasions for that, and if anybody wants to send me any free really expensive champagne, I'm more than happy to taste it on robertfranciswine.ie. But there are times when Prosecco, Cava, sparkling wines fit the bill perfectly. So, without further ado, let's have a look at this Prosecco. So as you can see straight away, there's a nice foam to the wine, and there's a lovely clear yellow light straw colour to the wine. Some nice delicate beating. These aren't big Coke or Heineken bubbles that you might expect. There's some nice delicate beating here, and lovely aromas straight away pouring out of the glass here at me. Just absolutely gorgeous fresh apples, floral notes, and a touch of citrus in the background, which is absolutely delicious. Imagine if you were walking through a summer meadow and you took that and added it to a food processor and then chucked in a whole load of apples and some nice ripe lemons, mixed it all up, whacked in a bit of alcohol and some fizz, and this is what you'd have. And sometimes this is exactly what you want. Absolutely gorgeous. It's just fresh, vibrant, and not in any way heavy or kind of sluggish. Sometimes big champagnes can be really heavy and weighty, and that's this is polar opposite of that. And this all comes raining through on the palate. There's absolutely great acidity to this. Totally stripped my palate clean, but at the same time there's a little touch of residual sugar left in this wine. So if on a special 25th of December day, that I won't mention the word just yet, you wanted to get a nice sparkling wine to ease you into the day before you started hitting the big Pinots and Chablis and whatever else you had planned for later in that day, this with a little touch of residual sugar might be just enough to ease you into the day, especially if you're having it with some fancy scrambled eggs with smoked salmon or something in pre 2 o'clock, that this would be enough just to kind of get you into your stride and then let you go from there. It has great acidity. The apples, the citrus and all of that really come ringing through, but the acidity and the balance of everything in the palate is great. There's a light body to this wine. It's nice, it sits nicely in the palate, but it is very, it's not watery or anything. It's just light and crisp and refreshing. And that's exactly what you want from a Prosecco. This is textbook Prosecco. If you haven't had a Prosecco, you really need to get out there and try it. They offer fantastic value for money. Prosecco, Cava, New World Sparkling Wines, all south of 20 euros, especially some other sparkling wines from within France. Areas like Languedoc and the Loire Valley are offering fantastic alternatives so that you can get 2 of them for the price, a lot of the time, of some middle-of-the-road champagne. And these really do develop, and I really believe that if you drink quality sparkling wine, is always better than bad, cheap champagne. So, scoring wise, finish is good, nice acidity. I'd have to go 89 plus on this wine. Doesn't quite get to the 90 points, but at under 20 euros, I mean, you really can't fault it at that price. So I definitely recommend you try it. If you haven't gone into Sheridan's, like I said earlier, get yourself down there, try out some of their wines and their cheeses too. They're absolutely brilliant. And we'll see you next time on robertfranciswine.ie.